Hey everyone, it's Lainey. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. I'm so glad that you clicked on today's video. I am creating a few things today that are 100% Rae Dunn inspired. A dear friend of mine just purchased her first home. She's a single mom with 2 daughters, and I am going to be making some things that she will like for her new home that she'll be moving into in a couple of weeks. Okay, so sublimation and vinyl crafts on my craft table today, and I have my heat press heating up. This is a new purchase from Hobby Lobby. It says it works with sublimation and it's 100% polyester, and we are going to make a dish towel. And let me cut this off. And first time using this towel, I bought 2 of them. And I also bought a blanket as well that I will make in another video. You know what? Let me show you real quick just so you can go out and purchase this yourself. Recently purchased this from Hobby Lobby, the Sublimation blanks. I need to wash before I use Infusible ink on it, but just haven't gotten around to it yet. This is definitely going to be a project that I'm going to bring to the channel very soon in another craft with me video. I've got quite a bit to make for my friends, so just wanted to show you guys this. I've never seen it at Hobby Lobby before, and I was super happy, and it's so soft. Okay, enough with the chit chat. Our heat press is ready to go. It just chimed, and I need to prep our material and get this weeded. So let's see, I need to remove the outer edge, and you'll be able to kind of pick up what it's saying here in a moment. And I will do my best to link what I've used today in the description box down below, including the font that I'm using for the few crafts that I've got today. I just love that crackle. Okay. And there I have it. Home. Alright, so now I need to prep the surface, and I need to heat the surface and then also remove any lint. Okay, and like I stated, I didn't wash this, so hopefully I don't regret that. But I just wanted to really play around with this stuff today. So let me, kind of all over the place, let me bring in my heat mat here, and let me, let's see. I need to open all of this up so the ink doesn't bleed through to the other layers. And I need to apply some heat to the surface real quick as well. And also see if we can work some of those wrinkles out. And because this isn't a Cricut blank, I had to go through the settings on the heat guide and try to figure out what would be best for this material. So this is just kind of an experiment, I guess, all around. Alrighty, so I'm gonna turn it. Let's just do it like this, and paying attention to these little creases in the bottom so I can make sure that this is placed where I want it to be placed. Wasn't really thinking about how removing those wrinkles would kind of mess me up. Now I kind of want to turn it around. What should I do? Let me see if this is... Yeah, I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to use the other side. I'm going to prep the surface again. And you know what? I don't even need to use heat for Infusible ink, right? I just need to use the lint roller. Let's get this lined up towards the bottom, and I want to make sure that it's straight and not crooked, obviously, but also pretty centered within this fold here. Okay, so we have our heat press mat, our sublimation blank, our infusible ink, and now I need to prep the stacking order, and I believe it's just, yeah, it states to use 4 layers of butcher paper. So let's go ahead and lay that on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, I'm going to bring in my heat press and just set it down. No movement. This shouldn't, maybe I should tape this down, just in case, because I don't want anything to shift or it will mess up the design, and I don't want that. Okay. Alright, so bringing back in the butcher paper, and wish me luck that the time is going to be enough. 360 for 80 seconds, and I'm just going to remove my hands and let the countdown go down. Alright, it's about to go off. I'm going to pick it up and let's place it back. And I'm going to remove the butcher paper, and it looks like it was enough time. No, it's actually still really faint. Okay, so like I said, this was kind of an experiment because I was not sure. Oh no. I wasn't sure on how long this needed to be, but it definitely needs to be on there longer. And it seems that it kind of shifted a bit, but we're just going to, I'm so glad I taped that down. We're just going to do this again and test it out for another 80 seconds, and then I will reveal the results. Okay, I'm going to remove the heat press again. Butcher paper. So that was 160 seconds, and it just kind of looks like permanent marker, honestly. Okay, so it definitely needs more time, but I feel like it would have sublimated really well. You can kind of see, that's what I'm saying, it kind of looks like a permanent marker because it shifted a bit. I really wanted to use Infusible ink because it was permanent and, you know, could be used if she wanted to use it instead of just kind of having it set out for, you know, decor purposes only. But that is the craft, and I will say that this blank, you can kind of see it right there. That heat on this really kind of made the towel kind of wompy. So, not sure about this. Okay, craft number 1 is done. It's not a keeper, but let's go ahead and move on to the second craft. Okay, so the next thing, let's go ahead and make our mug. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my mug press so that can start heating up. Here is my mug, and let's see here. Got my cup cradle, and we're going to do the same thing. This will probably turn out as it should. Just coming in with this black Infusible ink again in that same font. Okay, so I have the Infusible ink ready, and my mug press is ready for me as well. I am going to take my lint roller and just go along the surface before I apply the Infusible ink sheets. And this is a Cricut Infusible ink blank, and it is a 12-ounce mug if you're curious. And let me think. She is right-handed. It's going to be double-sided, but I wanted the homeowner to be on this side, and then I have her name to put on the other side. So let's get this lined up. And get that stuck down so it doesn't shift, and I'll use the tape as well. All right, gonna flip it over and do the same thing with her name. And for this one, I'm gonna center align it and really paying attention to the handle when placing her name. All right, so I have it placed and it's level. I like it. So now I'm going to bring in my heat resistant tape and tape this down just to ensure that nothing shifts in my heat press. I don't want another failed craft on my hands. So let's turn this over and do it on the back side as well. Okay, and for me personally, when I'm using Infusible ink sheets, I do not wrap butcher paper around the mug. I only wrap the butcher paper around the mug when I'm using laser paper because it will bleed through the paper, but I've never had any Infusible ink bleed through the sheet itself. So we've got her name on one side and homeowner established 2024 on the other side, and I'm just going to slide this in very carefully and close the lid, and the timer has begun. All right, and so while that is heating up, I'm going to clean this up a bit and then bring in a vinyl craft. Okay, so I have some black vinyl cut out, and this is a matte tech wrap, and I bought this glass dry erase board from Target. It was $5, and I'm going to go ahead and get this opened up, and I thought that this would work great for reminders for her kids. And I mean, this could be anywhere. She could put it in the bathroom, in the living room, but my intention was the kitchen. But they will, you know, put it wherever it is suitable for them. Okay. And it says it lays down. Okay, yeah, so it lays down like this, and you could write it like this, and it's, you know, angled, which is really cool. Or you can prop it up and have it displayed like this. So either way, whatever works for you. And I need to just prep the surface just in case. And I am applying just a little alcohol here, even though we just took it out of the packaging. I'd rather be safe than sorry. And let me cut these apart because this is 3 different crafts, if you will. Okay, let me make some room, move stuff over. I'm going to come in with my weeding tool and show you how easy this cut out and weeds. I'm absolutely obsessed with this vinyl, you guys. If you've never tried Tech Wrap, their regular matte vinyl works amazing. I really want to try their other products, just haven't gotten around to it yet. But this is hands down my favorite vinyl, adhesive vinyl. Okay, so I need to get a piece of transfer tape. And I'm going to bring in some scraps, and let's see. I think this may work. I need to trim it down a bit and try to get these grid lines a bit more straight because these will play with my eye. I love having the grid lines, but I just kind of struggle with alignment in everything. Okay. Moving that aside, and let's get this transferred over. And I'm going to come in with my scraper and just burnish this down really well on both sides. This is a low tack transfer tape. It is scissor and I am not a fan. So I'm just trying to get it used. It obviously works for well with certain projects, but it's just not my thing. And it looks like our heat press is almost done. Let's see. Trying from the other side because that R was not wanting to stick to the transfer tape. It needs a little more work. Okay, real quick, we've got to stop. Our heat press, or our mug press, I'm sorry, just chimed. So, yeah, I hear ya. Okay. Very carefully, only touching the handle and setting it down on my mat. I'm going to go ahead and turn my mug press off. And I'm going to go ahead and just let this cool down and set it aside while I finish working on that dry erase board. And it's just not really wanting to stick to this transfer tape. So what I am doing is putting it back on the carrier and just going to toss this. And let's get a better piece of transfer tape. Okay, here's my roll, and let's just cut off a new piece and do all that over again. Okay, I think this one is going to be just fine. Look at that. I will link this transfer tape down below. It is definitely more of a high tack transfer tape. All right, now I'm just going to do the same thing. Always try to get it straight and centered and try not to mess it up. Okay, I think that that's a good place. Just taking my scraper and just applying a little pressure here. Okay. And I love it. I love it. She is going to love it too. Like I said, she's totally into Rae Dunn. She loves the white and black and natural wood accents. I am so glad I bought this for her. Okay, there we have another craft. Now let me go ahead and bring in that mug and let's see how that's looking. Okay, so it hasn't completely cooled, but it is definitely not near as hot. So I am just removing the tape. And let's hope for the best. And I'm going to use my weeding tool to help pick the tape up. Oh, cute. I love it. Okay. And let's hope that this turned out. It is so cute. Oh my goodness. Praise God. Thank you so much. Okay, so this looks great. Homeowner established 2024, and then we have her name on the back. I think she is going to absolutely love it. And if you didn't want to use infusible ink sheets, you could always just use the infusible ink pens. And all right, I'm gonna move this aside and let this continue to cool down. But I want to show you that I have this little gift box here from Hobby Lobby. It was 39 cents and it's a 4x4 and it fits the mug perfectly, as you can see. But I'm going to take this out because it's still quite hot. But I thought that I would put her name on top because I planned on gifting her all the stuff I make in a basket that she can also use for home decor. And I know that her girls will be right there, you know, kind of going through it with her. So I wanted her to specifically open this because this is for Mama. Okay. Oh, shoot. Have to go a little slow there. That A was wanting to come up. Okay. And I'm going to remove the centers. Okay, and for this, because this is paper, I need to use a low tack transfer tape. And I'm going to bring in that scissor again because this is the only low tack that I have. I need to order some paper transfer tape. And I'm just going to stick it to my fingers a bit to take a little more of that tack out because I don't want to rip the paper. And let's just hope that we can actually pick up these letters this time. So just going to burnish really well on both sides, the front and the back. And fingers crossed that it will work for me. All right, let's slowly remove the backer. Come on. Okay, so this is the front, and she will open it looking at it this way. And just kind of eyeballed it. And it is stuck down. Okay. So once again, you know, just using that font for everything today. But this is the final product, or the gift. There you go. How cute. Okay, so the last craft is this bell. $5 from Target. I purchased this during Christmas and I put 2023 on it. And based on the aesthetic of her new home, I'm going to gift this to her. So I need to remove the vinyl that I applied at Christmas. And just being careful not to scratch the bell because I don't want the white paint to, you know, get scratched. But I'm so glad that I still had this out. I didn't put it up with the rest of the Christmas decorations. And just going to let someone else enjoy it. Okay. So once more, I need to clean the surface with alcohol to ensure that the vinyl gets stuck down and stays down. And I'm just going around the entire rim here. Okay, and let that dry. And I need to weed out this vinyl here, and it just says 2024. And I've got this little piece of scrap transfer tape. And this is 405 Basics from Hobby Lobby. It's just a Hobby Lobby brand. Let's trim off the excess so it doesn't get in my way and get this scraped down. Let's bring in the bell. So I'm using this top piece here to mark center. I'm going to prop it up against my heat press there. Okay. This just looks crooked. I don't know. See, it's the grids. It's messing with me. But it's also this font. This font is not the best font in terms of, you know, trying to get things straight, because it's kind of a wompy font already. Because like the 4 is, you'll be able to see in a moment, it's just not all level. Okay, let's see if it's stuck down, and it's not. I'm going to bring in my scraper tool and just very carefully scrape down each of these numbers. This is very delicate, so I don't want anything to rip. I really want this to get stuck down the best that it can. And using my weeding tool to help pick up that transfer tape, being mindful to not scratch anything, and very carefully peeling back this transfer tape here. Wonderful. And there you have it. 2024, and you can kind of see just the numbers are wompy, you know. I'm really glad that I thought to gift this to her. I think she's really going to like it, and it's going to look good in her new home. Okay, so I have another one of these dish towels, and I just cut out the same thing home in the same font and just black iron on. So I'm waiting for my heat press to heat up, and I am lint rolling the surface, and then I will apply a little heat to this as well, and then get this ironed on. It is almost heated. I'm just going to apply a little heat to this for a few seconds. Okay. And once that chimes, I will get this ironed on, and then I will be done with this stuff for today. Oh, and while it's still heating up, this is the other one, and it's, I guess it's called ghosting, I believe. But I was thinking about how I could save this, and I'm thinking that I may cut this back out and iron on each letter and line it up the best that I can. And if there's anything coming from the sides, it's going to kind of look like a shadow layer. So I'd rather do that and just have it in my home instead of just wasting the entire thing. Or, you know, I could just turn it over and iron it on and still use it that way as well. I didn't think about that until right now. But let's make this permanent. And I need to tape this down. This carrier sheet is just not really sticky, so I don't want this to shift and mess up, obviously. So just going to tape this into place. Alright, so now that that's placed, I'm going to unfold this so I have more of a flat surface, so my heat press can get a good press. Alrighty, so bringing it in again, lining it up, and it's set for 315 degrees for 30 seconds, and I'm just applying some pressure as well. And fingers crossed that this works and turns out the way that I want it to. Alrighty, 30 seconds is up. And I'm going to remove my heat mat and It doesn't look like it's even stuck down very well. What I'm going to do actually is just press down on that iron-on. Okay, well, it is cooled down. I'm removing the heat tape first. Heat resistant tape, rather. Okay. And it definitely needs some more time. Yeah, okay, so let's bring this back in and let's press it just for maybe another 15 seconds. Okay, so it is cooled after that second press, and removing the carrier sheet. That stuck down so much better. Perfect. I think it looks really, really nice. Okay guys, this is it. Thanks for joining me today with this quick craft with me video. I will have more home decor DIYs to come for my friend. I really like how everything turned out. And, you know, the fail, it is what it is. I'll just use this for the house and probably iron on on the other side, so it's not a complete waste. But I hope that you enjoyed this. Do you have a favorite out of these 4 crafts, or 5, I guess, if you include the gift box? My favorite is this dry erase board. I love that. I put reminders on there. It's just such a clean, modern look. I am obsessed with this. All right, everyone, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.